What y'all drinking tonight? Who got I'm a Crown girl myself, so y'all know I got my Crown Peach. Right here with my Minute Maid peach juice.
Oh, I love me some Crown Peach.
Yeah. What else y'all drinking on? What y'all drinking on?
Yeah, I got a little water.
Okay. Refreshing. Sparkling?
No, just regular spring water.
Okay, I love that.
Somebody just bust them open a little can or something.
Yep, I have. So in addition to my Crown Peach, I got those Simply Spiked lemonades as well. So I just cracked that open. I got a little mini fridge down here in my home office. So I have those in here for when, the day gets a little
fancy.
When it get a little rough. So yeah, I'm more of a whiskey girl. Anybody in here drink any good tequilas, any good vodkas? Turn your girl on to some new stuff. I be wanting to try different things, but I just be so scared it's gonna make me like sick or something like that.
I think there's a new brand of vodka that's black owned.
Oh, I love it.
I think it's Equanimity.
When you get a second, can you put like the link to it in the chat or something? Because I would love to check it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So it's been a while, so I don't know if you've had this or not, but the only tequila that I'm willing to drink is Espolón.
Okay. That sounds like some expensive shit.
It's not.
It's not. That's my shit right there.
Yeah, I fuck with Espolón.
Okay. Anybody else want to share what they sipping on this evening? I got me some Deer Park water in here too. I like my water room temperature though, so I kind of just got it over here by the fridge.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I want to welcome y'all back to the Lioness Den. This is where we drop all pretense to shed the shame and get real about the stuff we're all thinking but not always talking about. I'm your host, Vetta D, and today, ladies, we're going to get real curious. Today's topic, we're going to dive deep into the world of kinks, fetishes, and fantasies. And guess what? There is no judgment here. If you're going to be judging, leave that at the door, exit quietly. We're going to be exploring your wildest curiosities, because why not, right? Let's embrace it. So I want y'all to remember to be open-minded. We gonna hear some things that is gonna make us lift them eyebrows all the way up to our laces fronts, our lace fronts, our closures, and our hairlines, okay? But listen, we might be turning each other on to some new stuff, okay? So the first thing I want to, can somebody give me the definition of a kink? Just real quick.
Something sexual that you like that's very specific, okay. I think, to a certain thing or body part.
Okay.
Unusual sexual act or behavior.
Unconventional sexual practices, fantasies, or concepts. But I think the key word is unconventional.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me a definition for fetish.
A fetish is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is strongly linked to a particular object or activity or part of the body other than the sexual organs.
And somebody, this last one, give me the definition of a fantasy.
Something you romanticize about that may or may not actually occur.
Okay.
Or the activity of imagining things, especially things that are impossible or improbable.
Okay. All right. So I definitely wanted to get that kicked off now that we have that on the table. I want to give y'all a little bit of the roadmap that I'm trying to take tonight about this topic. So we already defined our kink, what a kink was, fetish, and fantasy. I want to explore our deepest desires, safe ones though. We're going to be busting up some myths and stigmas. Because, we just got to be done with that whole judgment thing. I want to also do some Q&As with each other because I know we are all into some different stuff, and I don't want anybody to be like ashamed or anything to answer any questions about, the things that you like, right? So we already went over the difference between a kink and a fetish and a fantasy. So like if y'all grew up anything like I did, sex was a normal topic in our household. Like I think my parents did not want us to be misinformed about a lot of stuff. So not that we talked about it every day or every week or nothing like that. It was just always like my parents wanted to make sure we knew what the STDs were and how you can catch them and how you can prevent, a lot of that stuff from happening. We talked about teen pregnancy. I happen to be the product of a teen pregnancy between my parents. My mother was 16 when she had me. We talked about, different methods of birth control, contraceptives, just different things you do. Also, my mother made sure we knew that, if it was something that we were too embarrassed to come to her about, that we knew where Planned Parenthood was or other organizations that we can get help from. Plus, we knew where the health department was if it's something that we kind of wanted to keep, on the low, but make sure it was taken care of. Did y'all parents do any of that stuff?
No.
No, our parents, no.
Y'all parents did what? Really?
My mom left it to my oldest sister. She's 10 years older than me.
Okay.
So I feel like that was better, honestly.
Okay, because it was more relatable. Somebody closer to your age. I get that.
Correct.
I was raised by my father, and he definitely wasn't trying to make sure I was doing anything like that at all.
That's interesting. My mom was raised by her father as well. She didn't, although she had aunts and stuff and people from the church that was kind of trying to guide her in the right direction. It's nothing like having, your mom there with you. I think for my mom, I think that's where she kind of wanted to make sure that certain things she did different just because she didn't have one. But that's definitely an interesting topic. Would you mind talking a little bit with us about that portion of your history?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Me?
Yeah. You said you was raised by your father. I know that could be a little different.
Yeah, so I was raised by my father. I had a relationship with my mother, but it was primarily my father. So I feel a lot, my father kind of sheltered me a lot from a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So when I started learning about sex or just learning just about what I like and my body and fantasies and things of that such, I was much older than the average age where people really start exploring these things. And they were taught to me by my aunt, my father's sister. So I'm a little late to the party.
Okay. Right.
So for me, I didn't have a sex talk until after my mom found out I was having sex.
Really?
So she didn't talk to me about sex until after the fact that she caught me having sex.
Mm.
And
okay.
she gave me a talk that was so short. To this day, I still don't know what happened.
Oh my God.
She said women have cave, men have snakes. If you let this snake in your hole and that venom get in you, you fuck for life. And that's all she said.
Now, although that might have been short, do we see where she was coming from with that one? She wasn't too wrong.
Yeah, but she didn't go in details. And it was what she did was she took me to the doctor to get on birth control.
Oh, okay.
And so it wasn't a talk at all. I had to learn through other people. I never had that talk with my mom. I think I think it was uncomfortable having it. So that was it. She had a talk with me and the young guy that I was dating. But she was more relaxed with him talking about sex, but she was uncomfortable with me.
Okay.
Well, I had a very open household. My mom talked to me and my sister about everything. Probably more than I wanted to hear, actually, as a teenager. But, I think it benefited somewhat. I I knew what to expect as I got older and started to take steps into my sexuality. Her main thing was just like, if I decided to lose my virginity, to protect myself and like let her know so that we could explore birth control, STDs and pregnancy and all those good things. But yeah, I still ended up having a baby at 18 though.
Okay. All right, does anybody else want to share with us about how they got, how the conversation with their parents went when they first got the talk?
I don't know if y'all had that, but like when y'all first go to college, they give you this weird film about STDs in college and like
no,
I
never saw. What? Yo.
Yeah, they gave us like, they had all like the freshmen in the auditorium teaching us, saying, hey, and they were showing us slides of different STDs.
Ooh.
And then they handed us condoms and said, y'all be safe.
And that was it? How long did that presentation last?
It was like 30 minutes. It was a lady, she was like, I remember this Miss Sam. She said, I know y'all can get hot and horny. I know y'all gonna have y'all hormones get the best of y'all. Oh Lord. Y'all hormones gonna get the best of y'all. You know, y'all gonna see a man y'all like. Y'all gonna like how his hair and how his jeans look. But you don't want to get that. You don't want to call y'all parents and say y'all pregnant and y'all been down here instead of doing y'all schoolwork. She just went on, and at the end of the presentation, she just handed out us a bag full of condoms.
Interesting.
So we got that in 9th grade.
Yeah, I got
that in 9th grade, where they showed us what the different STDs look like, and
they were so graphic, weren't they?
They were so graphic.
Oh my God, the stuff we have seen.
I was like, yuck! I didn't want to see all that, but I never got the sex talk from my mom.
Really?
Only thing I got from my mom was like, I just don't want you to be like me at 16 having a baby.
Understand?
That's all I got. I didn't get that sex talk. I got the sex talk from my grandma, and my grandma was blunt about everything. Okay.
Ooh, child, she saw my mama.
Yeah, my grandma told it all. So yeah.
That's cool. All right. Well, I want to switch it up a little bit, ladies. I want to break into, us being real about our desires without shame. And I mean, let's be real. Sometimes we have fantasies that make us go like, where the hell did that come from, right? But instead of freaking out about it, I just want us to lean in and laugh and figure out what sparks our curiosity. No judgment, remember, just discovery. So tell me about some fantasies of and listen, no judgment, y'all. I want to hear about some of y'all wildest fantasies that kind of made y'all scratch y'all head a little bit, yo, what the hell? But you still want to make that mess come true, right? I'ma go first. And this one, it was a fantasy of mine for a long time, right? I actually did carry this one out with my ex-husband, but I had been thinking about it so long that I had it well thought out almost to a T. So I always wanted to pretend with my husband, I didn't know him, that I was meeting him all over again for the first time, right? So downtown Detroit, we have 3 major casinos. We have Greektown Casino, we have Motor City, and we have MGM. I know y'all, anybody that been to Vegas know what MGM is. So I got a room at the MGM Casino, and I pretty much had him listen, we're gonna do this. I want you to pretend like we've never met. So we met at this bar downstairs in the casino area, and I sat at the bar, whatever. He was sitting maybe 2 seats away from me. And, I was kind of looking around or whatever, and I noticed, he was, smiling at me a little bit, checking me out, So I turned around and I ordered a drink, and he slid over. He was like, listen, everything that she's drinking tonight is on me. So we're having these conversations about who each other is. You know, we've introduced ourselves to each other and whatnot, and we're just casually having conversation. So eventually, you know, we get up or whatever, and you know, I go to, you know, bid him good night, and he was like, you know, I kind of want to get to know you a little more. Do you mind coming to my room with me? So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, cool. So we get up to the room or whatever. He takes my purse and my jacket, and you know, he's like, you know, whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable, I want you to do that. Woo, woo, woo. So, you know, we sitting, we talking. He offers me a drink, we drinking and whatever, and I mean, it goes down. Now, the morning after was a little weird because, you know, we got to get up, we got to put our rings and shit back on. But we talked about that forever. That was an experience that I would never forget. And I wouldn't even mind doing it again with somebody different. Just kind of now that I know more of what I want. And I'm a little more, you know, adult and grown, you know. But that was a fantasy that I had bottled up forever. But it was fun. It was fun.
So I've been to MGM, right? And I'm going to tell you something but I've done this in a couple hotels, but MGM wouldn't do it because you can't open the windows no more after the shooting. Mm-hmm. So my fantasy, after hearing this Shine song, I wanted to do this in every hotel that I've been in. You ever heard this part where Shine say, I'm going to dig in the kitty while looking at the city? Mm-hmm. Every hotel that has a balcony, I do that every single time. Miami, it don't matter if it's Vegas, New York. If it has a balcony, I'm going out and I'm getting digged out in each balcony. Simple as that.
I love that. Anybody else want to share their fantasies? Come on, y'all. Don't be shy.
Not y'all being quiet.
Yeah,
I had to hear one of them.
They scary tonight. Drink some more of that liquor. Come on here.
No, I just ain't want to be an echo chamber, but yeah, the balcony thing is definitely like.
Listen, if it's an echo chamber, let it be an echo chamber. We might be sharing the same fantasies, low key.
It's definitely a thing, and it has to be somewhat surrounded, like around something. Like, okay, is it people watching? Is it a sunset? Is it like a moonlight? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a situation where we're in Vegas and we watched the moon. We watched the sunset, but then we came back to the balcony around like 5 a.m. and, you know, did the same thing as the sun rose. Mm-hmm. So different situations like that where it's not just based around like the sexual act. It's more so the moment that's being created in the memory around that act.
Okay.
I know this sounds real bizarre, but I like to be threatened. I don't know what it is. Like, threaten the fuck out of me. Be like, hey, when we get home, I'm beating the fuck out of this shit. Okay, let's wrap this up. All right, y'all. Good night. Let's just wrap this up. If I get a text message saying, "Hey, let's hurry up and wrap this shit up," because I'm about to dig in your shit. Okay, yep. All right, Grandma, I love you.
I know that's right.
And if he say take them panties off in the car, them shits is going out the window. They going out the window.
Yes.
Okay.
Them things. Hello.
Yeah.
Them panties is coming out. If I have some on.
Hello.
If I have a mind.
Hello.
Right. I'm sorry. You know, we can do them kind of things. You know,
I have definitely like my favorite things with my ex-husband was to like walk around in those like boy shorts that sit on top of your cheeks. And for me to be like intentionally doing little stuff like bending over and putting the clothes in the dryer, or putting my clothes away in my drawers that make me have to bend over in front of them, or like, you know, I'm in the kitchen and I'm washing the dishes and he comes slap me on the butt. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I still love all this.
Do y'all send y'all man random text messages like or
Baby,
pictures
that's
of you?
my shit. You hear me?
Yep.
Saying dinner is ready and send a picture of that kitty on a plate.
Baby.
You have to.
Not necessarily that, but I do believe that a good session, for real, start in the mind. You got to mind fuck him first. Get him ready. Send him little nasty little text messages throughout the day. Tell him what you want him to do to you, what you want to do to him. Freaky shit that you've always wanted to, you know what I mean? You gotta make it so that when y'all see each other, it's up and it's stuck.
So this is what I used to do with my ex, and it used to blow his mind. He would be on the phone with his supervisor or his boss, and I would be giving him head, and I would see how long he can last without making a sound. And he would be over there dying. I mean, on his face, like he'd be on the phone just trying to hold it in. And they'd be like, "You okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I stuck my toe." He'd be over there going for it, like, So many times he had to put them on mute because he was like, "God, I'm about to lose my job if this girl ever stop." I will purposely do that, and he'd be like, "You really gonna do this right now?" And I'd be like, "Yeah," and he'd be looking at me like, "I gotta be in this meeting. I don't care." I've done it while he was on a Zoom call. I got right underneath that desk.
And went in. Baby, something. That's the kind of stuff that make marriages last. Do you hear me? You gotta be your husband's freak hoe. You got to be his freak hoe.
Anytime he's willing to. Hello?
Yeah. And I'm not really one. I know sometimes some women will do this. Like if you mad at your man, you ain't giving him none. Child, let me tell you something. I can still, now, unless it's one of those offenses that's crazy, like, oh, you've been caught cheating, or you lying about something really important or something like that, I can still fuck you and be mad at you. I just want you to know that. I'm not ever going to be the woman that's going to tell my man, nah. I can still fuck you and be mad at you. Just know that when I get this nut off, get your ass up and get the fuck on, because I'm still mad.
That don't mean nothing, Vetta. He just clapped your cheeks in submission. Come on. He ain't learning no lesson if you let him spank you on the ass, pull your hair, and you mad at him.
Yeah. You can still be horny as fuck and fuck your husband. But thank you.
But you know what? It may be something small that you mad at. That's when you gotta bring that inner bitch out in you. Like you gotta let him know,
really,
like you
dominate him in that moment.
Yeah, like you know you fucked up, right? Like you gotta grab him by this neck and say, "Meet me in the fucking bedroom since you wanna do all that shit, huh?"
Down.
Right. You gotta give him head so he apologizes, and it may be your fault. That's when he turned into your own personal hairstylist, and he over there putting your hair in a ponytail, be like, "I got this shit, don't worry about this, I got this." Rubber band and all, putting your hair in a ponytail, your ponytail look fucked up, and he like, "Keep going." He over there apologizing, and he ain't even do shit. "I'm sorry for whatever I did."
I love it. So let me ask y'all a question real quick. What are some ways that, like, you set boundaries with, like, certain things that are, like, you know, you set those limits that are a yes, a maybe, and a hard hell no when it comes to, like, being with your man, like, because obviously we want, you know, all parties involved to be comfortable and in control, you know what I mean? So how do you explore, like, those different limits? Is it a conversation? Like, how do you do that?
It depends on what it is. If it's something I know that's gonna hurt me or compromise me, then no. Okay. It has to be something that's safe but also fun. Like you know, I'm not finna hang off the ceiling with no hooks. I'm not finna do that.
Oh my God, I can't stand that. Who was that told us that story?
Deshaun.
God, I hate that. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I love our homeboy Deshaun with all my heart, but baby, when he told us that story, I was like, oh my God, I'll never want to hear this again. And anytime I hear him say meat hooks, I cringe. I am not gonna lie. It makes me cringe so hard. Like how, oh God, I hate it. So how else do y'all explore those limits? Like,
sometimes you got to touch the fire to know whether it's really hot or if you like fire.
Exactly.
I know that's something for me. Like, some of y'all in here know that I am in the lifestyle, and I never would have thought I would have been into something like that. But and at one point in life, I used to like turn my nose up to people who was in the lifestyle, right? Or even people that swung in general. But when you're in a community that is so open and so full of welcoming people in different aspects, like there's not just one set cut way. So it's like, if we're talking about sexually, right? You wouldn't know what you like really until you try it, or what you don't like until sometimes you try it. Unless you've already tried something similar and you're like, hey, that's too close, I'm probably not gonna like that.
I agree. I agree
So
with that.
Nani, how do you? Because I can't get past this. Like I can't do anal. Like I can't. I don't care how much I breathe. I don't care how much I relax my muscles. It's just like, nah, I'm good. Don't do it. Get away from me. Back up. I can't do it.
I'm not an anal lover either, but if my partner is into it, then if I'm relaxed and I'm comfortable and you set the scene up right, clearly it's going to be a different experience opposed to someone that's non-relaxed. Just like how some people don't like clitoral play, or so it all depends on the partner and how they set you up and make you feel comfortable in the situation. But I'm not an anal lover, so I couldn't tell you how to take it like that.
I got a question. Is anybody in here an anal lover? Because I got a couple questions. Anybody in here really good at that?
What do you mean by good by that?
Like, does anybody enjoy it? Like,
I mean, once you get past the pain part, it's not that bad. It depends on the setting, and it depends on his size too.
Yeah, it does depend on the size. So I have a homegirl who is really good at that, and she can, like, I mean, it make her come and everything, right? And I just be like, what? Like, when I think about my experiences while listening to her, it's like, what is in your asshole that ain't in mine? Because I just want to know, like,
so
how you got to a point like that? Because,
the lining between your anal and your vagina is very thin, very, very thin, right? So when they're in there, it's close to your G spot.
Correct.
So you're actually hitting the G spot faster that way than just vaginal, intercourse. So you'll come from that because especially if he's gentle with you, you can come from that because he's hitting the G spot every single time.
Now, I have definitely been with somebody who made me come from the back, but it was not in my ass. Like, it was obviously just, doggy style. But I get so uncomfortable and a little impatient with it because I can't get past the initial feeling of, how they say this is an exit, not an entrance. I be having a hard time getting past that part. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then I feel like, I don't know. This is, okay, so I have a few things on Vetta's list that Vetta is not doing unless I'm married, and these are things that I've discovered, like, I might be interested in that, but some things you just can't do with randoms, you know what I mean? Or people that you're not in committed relationships with, right? And I feel like anal sex is up on the top 5 for me. Like, I've tried it before, but obviously somebody ain't doing it right. So we just gonna put this over here until we get married so we can explore this wholeheartedly. I just cannot get past, like, I don't know what it is. I just can't get past the initial feeling. I can't.
Have you tried it on yourself, or like?
Hell no. Tried it on myself. How we do that?
I mean, like, so just like you have toys for your vaginal area, there's toys for your rectum.
Like a plug? A bead?
Yeah, I mean, I do
love the beads.
Yeah, like, the beads are nice too, but like, if you feel like your partner's not doing it right, how do you I like to just say, how do you know they're not doing it right? Have you tried it on yourself and have you enjoyed it? And if so, then that's a great time for you to talk to your partner about, hey, this is not what I enjoy, but I have this toy and this is kind of how it feels and this is kind of what I like. And a lot of times, a lot people aren't using enough lube. That's another thing. So yeah, just a little.
I think that might be what my issue is. Maybe I'm not using either the right lube or enough. I can only stand it. Like, here's my thing. If I'm gonna do anal, I gotta get him to the point where he's about to come. So then I'll allow him to do it then, because I know I don't have to take this very long. And I let him do his thing. But no, I've never tried it on myself. And I've always looked at anal beads like, oh no, what if something gets stuck somewhere? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then butt plugs, they just don't look like, it always look like somebody's supposed to ram that mess into you. I don't know.
It's so, they go in real smooth. Pop it?
I don't know. Maybe I'll take a look into to some things where I can get back to exploring that, myself. But yeah. What are some other things that or other ways that y'all, so like when y'all have these talks with y'all partners, is it an even exchange, or are you just kind of running down a list of no's?
Even exchange.
Okay. I always find that it's better in those instances to have like a conversation more than anything else. I think they get to better, and you can talk about the whys and why nots.
Yeah, I like having a conversation, and I like it to be two-way. Mm-hmm. And then we do based on our level of comfortability.
It depends if it compromises who I am as a person. If it's something that I've never been interested, or it could be risky, then I won't do it.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this. What are some of the common myths that y'all have heard about different kinks and fetishes?
Well, the first one was that they were freaks, bad people.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that too. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to judge people who were in the lifestyle as well until I got curious myself. Then I started to want to explore a little more. But I'm not gonna lie, I still sometimes be like, Vetta, now come on. But so I just told my girlfriends that, so I was actually supposed to do this last year, but we're gonna try it again this year. There is a club in Atlanta, and I think there's one in Miami called Trapeze.
I've been there.
Really? And so I've always wanted to go.
If you know, you know.
I don't know what is making me so curious, but I'm gonna tell you a few things of why I like this idea for me. Number one, I'm a little bit of a snooty snob. Okay, so the fact that you got to be dressed to go in there says a lot to me. Okay. The fact that there are not going to be any phones or anything, that's another thing. They just seem to, when I visited the site and actually spoke to one of the representatives from the actual location in Atlanta, she pretty much laid it out from A to Z of what I can expect, what I should do before I get there, what I can expect to see while I'm there. And, it sounds like they take really, really good care of you while you're...
They really do.
Yeah.
They really do. You don't have to be in the open, you know that, right?
Pardon me?
You don't have to be in the open, you know that, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was getting to. That they have different areas, and they have even... You can pay a little more for more privacy. So I like that too. Plus, I also hear that the food in there is great. That's what I heard people say most. But I hear that they take really, really good care of you in there. And so I'm just really interested to go and just kind of not that I really want to do anything when I go in there. I just kind of want to, I'm curious. I want to see what goes on in there, I also like the fact that, to eliminate anything crazy happening, like, men have to come with a woman. I like that. I feel like that's it plays on even just the safety, right? So yeah, I absolutely want to take a trip to the trap, as they say, just to kind of see what goes on in there.
You'll like it because like in the front they have like drinks. You know, you'll have people who will buy
Yeah,
you
I heard you
drinks
can
all the
bring your
time.
own liquor.
Right, but you got couples who will have drinks. Like you got couples who are regulars there, and they have they have their own bottles, and they be like, "What are you drinking? We got you." You know, you can dress out in the back. You don't even have to go to the back. You can stay in the front. It's still a party atmosphere in the front. The buffets is good. I mean, well, the food is good. It really is. But you can really just sit there and chill. You ain't have to go back there.
I feel like this is so the last time I got this wild hair up my ass to do something crazy on my birthday, I had a threesome. And while I did enjoy the threesome, I don't care to have to do that again. I don't really see it in the cards I could be wrong, right? But I really don't see it in the cards for me doing that again. It was cool though. There was nothing wrong. You know, they made sure that everything was straight, you know, and it was a guy I was dealing with and one of his best friends. So that was cool. It was people that I actually knew. And it was at my house, and they, you know, just kind of really let me be, you know, in control a little bit since it was my first time. But yeah, so I feel like this is another one of those years that I want to do something interesting. So I'm gonna go see what they talk about at the trap.
And even if you don't feel too comfortable in let's say like a club setting like that, like there's some different apps. I know one that I personally like to use is SLS.
Okay.
And
you should put that in the chat.
Okay. There's some different groups, and they like there are different party hosts on there that have a different sets of requirements. So if you're more one that's on the safety side, like you want to go to a function and you want these people to make, like, you want to know that they're clean, and every host have different rules, and there's filters on that app so that you can weed it out. So yeah, if someone's interested and they're kind of scared or standoffish about going to a club or dungeon setting.
Okay. So you get to choose pretty much. You can have it your way. I love that. So let's get back to this myths thing. I want to hear some of the common myths y'all heard about, like sex and different positions and different interests. And I want to hear some of the stuff that y'all become privy to. Like, I know I can't be the only one wondering, like, is that true?
That people who watch porn are dirty people and they're pedophiles. That's a misconception that people have.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think all couples have at least, you know, viewed some stuff together. Like sometimes, like even me and my ex-husband would go to, I call it the naughty store, but it's really like a Adam and Eve or Priscilla McCall's. We would go in there and just walk around and look at stuff, you know. Look at the movies, look at the toys, the body oils and different stuff that they have. I think I miss my calling as a sex therapist. I really do. I really do.
Dr. Joyce.
Good evening, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, April.
Hey.
Hello. What is your room about? This is my first time in here.
Well, welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight. We are talking about sex fantasies, kinks, and fetishes. Would you like to share any of your own?
Wait, but if she's gonna share, can I answer the question first?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kaysley. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of the misconceptions I think in the sex world is that hoes are nasty and that good women can't be nasty.
Oh, I do like that. I like that. I like that. I've even heard men say like women have been like talking real freaky to them, telling them all kind of freak nasty stuff that they were gonna do, and then when it was time to get down, homegirl froze up. But it was the one who looked like the prude or looked like she wasn't down with any of that stuff that gave him the ride of his life. I have definitely heard men say that before.
Mm-hmm. And they be like, you wouldn't even thought.
I know.
Yep.
Right. April, did you want to share any of your own like fetishes, kinks, or just random wild stories?
No, I don't have any. I am on my way to go get a tent from Walmart to go sit on the beach to get my pussy ate so I can watch the water.
Ooh,
So congratulations.
I like that for you. That is going to be fun.
I hope we get to hear your story tomorrow.
The fact that y'all having this conversation is crazy.
Oh yeah, this is the Lioness Den, baby. We talk about it all in here. Does anybody else have any kinks or fetishes that they want to share with us?
Don't get quiet now. I don't like
that y'all extra quiet now.
I got one. That's what she said. Okay, so one that I had heard is that if the woman is on top, it's gonna be a girl.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah. And another one is that if the woman comes first, it's going to be a girl. If the man comes first, it's going to be a boy.
Oh, wow. I had never heard that.
I heard the opposite. That the woman's on top, it makes a boy. I heard the opposite.
See, everybody was just loud and wrong.
Ooh, do y'all believe if a man likes to be pegged or is curious about being pegged, that he's gay?
No, that is not true.
No, I don't believe that.
Okay.
That's not
I don't believe it either, but I don't think it's something I would be okay with, though, honestly.
What would you say to your man if he said, listen, I've been thinking about this one little maneuver. I've never tried it before, but I feel like tonight's the night I want to, try it and see how it goes. What would you say to your man if he asked you that or told you that?
I would ask him, have you tried this on yourself? Or like what sparked your interest into this? Because if we haven't been doing like any type of anal play or like I'm not eating your ass or nobody else in your life is eating your ass or rubbing on your butthole, like where did this curiosity spark? And I mean, I'm open and receptive. Everybody isn't, but it's like you gotta break that down. Like, how did this curiosity happen?
Understandable. Yeah.
I'm with K-Slay on this one. I believe I think I would turn him off with all the questions I have right after that. Like, at this point, I don't think it's about the sex anymore. Like, now I need to know, like what Nani said. Like, how did this come about? Like, what made you think of this? Did you see somebody else do this? Like, did one of your homies tell you a story and like, let me try this? Like, I need details.
What happened? Yeah.
I think all of that is what would make me too uncomfortable to even attempt it. And I would just have to tell them, hey, I'm not okay with this. And I'm out. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to start with the woman and work your way to a man? Like,
right.
Exactly. Like, have you already?
And then it goes left.
My question's gonna get real deep. Like,
turn back.
That you want? Like, do you
have
a preference in size? Like, do you look at stuff and say, "Oh, this would be a good size"? Like,
oh my god.
Oh my
God. Me personally, I would do it. Like, I talk to men that's very comfortable in their masculinity, right?
Okay.
And as that woman that wants to be there for that man, we have to understand that a man's like G-spot is in his prostate, right?
Yes.
So these men talk. Yeah. So men do talk to each other. Men do talk to each other, and if they get an idea from another man, it might be very hesitant for them to come to you. But me personally, I would do it and then probably spark a friendly conversation after. Like, babe, that was wild. What in the hell made you want to do that? I liked it. Don't make him feel so uncomfortable about it.
Okay.
But what was fire? How do you deem that situation fire? what makes it fire for the woman in that situation? How does the woman like gain sexual gratification in a situation like that?
Because that's going to be the best nut of his life.
Baby,
Woo! Jesus.
listen.
I'm just telling you.
And let's think about it real quick. Men a lot of times do things to us that they don't get direct satisfaction with. The satisfaction is seeing you make them faces and hear those sounds. And, although it's not he can't feel any of it, pleasing you is how he's pleased. And so I think we can turn that around in this scenario. Maybe for some women, knowing that your husband is shot to the moon just off of this one maneuver, he'll remember it, you'll remember it. And I like to think that that's another check off on why your husband will not cheat on you.
Oh, because isn't that like a check off of exactly why he would cheat on you?
No, I don't think so. Us as women, we gotta stop looking at stuff like the nigga's gay because he wants some penetration. Like, I understand if it's like every single time, because every single time it's gonna be like, babe, what you got going? Then we need to have a talk. But if it's literally like one time out the year, girl, let that man be great.
But I don't think it even has anything to do with how many times out the year he want to do it. Like,
I just don't think nobody be playing with a man's ass unless he gay. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Okay. We can respect that opinion.
I'm gonna give a disclaimer. I never did it, but if I was in that situation, that's what I would do.
Oh yeah, of course. I think making our men feel comfortable, just as comfortable with us as we are with them, is a very important thing. And so if they come to you with something like that, you got to be just as open-minded. You know what I mean? Like, you might be in the back of your head thinking one thing, but this is your partner. You know what I mean? And if he's willing to do any and everything for you in the bedroom, how come you don't want to return the favor?
You know what's so crazy? That I think about what men go through, right? And it may be that one time that we're not as up to par and they still do it for us. And they be like, hey, babe, you had a lot going on. You had a busy day at work. And I think about how their perspective of, yeah, you've been switching your diet, have you?
Some men actually prefer it. Like, if they real horny and you come in the house and they ready to take you down right now, they don't want to wait on you to go get in the shower and all of that. Like, they want, listen, lift that motherfucker up. I'm trying to get into that right now, though. I don't got time for you to take no shower. Like,
they want that marinated
men say that.
They want that marinated juice.
Yeah. Yep. They do. They want it right then. Like, nobody want it. I don't got time for you to go take a shower. Like, by the time you do that, I'll be soft.
That too. And I think it's more so like it's mine. I know it's mine. I know what you've been doing with it. You feel me? Okay, you was at all day. Bring that pussy here. Bring that working ass pussy here. Like,
working ass pussy is Christ. I love it.
You guys, I'm too high for this shit.
So, okay. What are some of y'all favorite lingerie, like pieces of lingerie, and where do you often purchase your lingerie from?
Ooh.
Like, is anybody into lingerie in here?
Target,
yeah.
Fenty,
Amazon.
Wait a minute, Target. Wait a minute, hold on. Target got lingerie?
Yes,
Target
and it's
got
plus
the
size
cutest
friendly.
Little, like, the dresses ones, like, you know how it got like
like
short,
the
like the long tankini type ones,
baby dolls,
and Sheen. Now, if you really want to get some like rip it off of me, throw away shit, Sheen is definitely the best.
Okay.
Very cute.
Very demure.
You ain't got to spend all your money just for him to rip that shit off.
Has anybody's man ever been like, I don't really care about none of that. I just want you to come to bed naked. Like, it's gonna come all off anyway.
Yep.
I had a person like that. Mm-hmm.
Cause I don't know about y'all, but I like wrapping the gift up. I like for you to see me in my heels and my lace. I want you to unravel me like I do.
I feel like that's an every now and then thing. Like, when you dress it up, Okay, like that's very nice for here and there, but like, babe, I don't need that every night. Like, it's cool and all, but I don't need that every night.
And I'm not more of a lingerie girl. I'm more of a like costume, sexy maid kind of teacher.
Oh, hey, that's my vibe.
Like electrician lady.
I love that.
Like with the cute little teddy with like a little short skirt and some heels and a belt with a different color wig. You know, I might throw on some glasses, stuff like that. But as far as like matching lingerie set, if I had to pick lingerie, it would be a teddy.
Okay. Okay.
A strappy teddy at that.
Do y'all like lingerie? Like,
girl, I be getting that moo-moo. I be getting that moo-moo, and that moo-moo still be
Hey,
doing what it's supposed to do.
listen. Okay, I heard them say the moo be getting it done and it's better than regular lingerie. That's how our mamas and grandmamas stay pregnant. You hear me? Them moo-moos. Them moo-moos. I actually have looked for a site that sold like caftans or like the actual moo-moo kind of like you can wear like around the house or whatever. And I found
TikTok.
Yes, I was just about to say I found this lady on TikTok, and she sells like sizes like 0 to like 24 or something like that. She sells plus size too, and now they are a little pricey, but I feel like you can wear them around the house, and some of them you can even wear outside. She really has a nice collection.
It's a girl named Faye Moo. She be jumping on her husband, like she be wearing the moo-moos with her husband. She be making videos of her twerking on her husband with them on.
I know that's right.
Yeah, she got a whole bunch of them. Like they come in different leopard print and stuff like that. She really. I gotta put that on.
Thank you so much, Stardashia, for the link. We'll check it out.
She standing on top of her husband, and her husband head being the moo-moo.
Yes. And that man be looking like, here she come again with that moo-moo.
With this mess.
That man, Poe man, just be watching TV. All of a sudden, here she come with the moo-moo. I'm gonna put her like.
All right, I got another question for y'all. What movie or show episode had y'all favorite, hottest, steamiest sex session ever?
And y'all better not say Set It Off.
Jason's lyric?
Ooh,
Belly.
that is a
Belly.
good one.
Jason's
Belly
lyric.
when DMX and Keisha.
Keisha, ooh, he tore her up.
Mine's is Power. I loved all them sex scenes in Power.
Okay, yeah.
They were good.
They were nice. I liked, I don't know. My least favorite, I'll say that, I'm going to put this. My least favorite was Insecure. I just feel like all of them sexy, now they was fucking in this show. But they just all seem so mechanical to me.
Too labored.
Right. My favorite, though, is how Stella got her groove back when Stella was mad at Tay Diggs and they had sex in the shower. Do y'all remember that scene? That's my favorite one.
Ooh, yeah, girl.
That's my favorite one. So this has been...
Nobody liked the sex scene from The Notebook?
I've never seen that movie.
No, it's a good movie.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a great movie. That's what made me fall in love with love stories.
Okay.
I like the sex scene from The Notebook. It was like full of passion. I was like, ooh.
I love it. I love it. So this has been yet another fun-filled, amazing session in the Lioness Den. I do appreciate all your stories and all your participation. The biggest takeaway from tonight is to get curious, have fun, and remember that your desires are valid. Nobody can shame you. You got to do what excites you and what's good for you and your partner. I want to thank you guys again for coming out to the Lioness Den. Please join us here every Wednesday night at 8. We will be getting it in, all things women, for us, by us. Thanks, y'all.